Hi everybody! So I thought we would do a little magazine harvesting today for some images to use in junk journaling, art journaling, regular journaling, collage, whatever. I'm getting a pile, so my magazines are piling up, so I need to go through and knock some of them out, and I thought I would take you guys along with me. So things that I look for, I do all kinds of different magazines. Usually it's whatever has a deal for like a really cheap subscription, or if I can find them at a thrift store or library or whatever. And I go through for actual images. I also look for interesting textures or things like that, because like this is actually interesting, or this, like if you picture just a little like ripped up piece of it in a collage, or if you punch it out, like use a circle punch or something like that, you know, it actually would be kind of interesting. Or you could stencil over it or paint over it or things like that. I also like to look for lettering and words or phrases, you know, with main dish energy. Maybe I throw that on a collage or glue book or something, or cut it up, just use energy, main dish, things like that. So those are the kind of things that I look for. I do like this cover, like I said, because I'm just picturing it, you know, in smaller pieces. So we're going to keep that. I don't know if you can see. There we go. We'll try to move it over. Some of these, the real simple ones, have some cute little drawings and stuff. Because I also like to decorate my writing journal that I write in, which I'm going to show you guys that too. Like I like florals, the nook, that's cute. Keep that. Because I find that if the pages are prettier, I will write more. So see, something like this, like I like the word weirdest or whimsical, so I'll keep that. So what I initially do is just go through and see anything that I like, and I rip it out. And then I'll go down from there and break down the pages. And it really just depends. Sometimes I just do this just to get rid of the stack of magazines if I'm not in the mood that particular day to do fussy cutting. And I'll set it aside for later, or some days I'll actually break it down more, and just depends on my mood. I kind of like muted blush. The like bones of the magazine also work really good if you're gluing. So you can, like, when you're gluing images down and you're using your glue stick, you can do it on the magazine page, and then after it gets kind of sticky, you just flip it. And then, so I like to save some of the like magazine skeletons after I've harvested all my images and use that way. What about you guys? Do you guys use magazine images in your collages or junk journals, art journals? Sometimes I'm like, well, does that look interesting? I don't know. You can always throw it away later if I decide not to use it. That's how I look at it. That's a cute little image for Christmas. I wanted to do something Christmassy. I like those letters. So I'll also cut up letters and do, like, you know, ransom type lettering. Ugh, some of these recipes sound good. So, I mean, that's really it. as far as, now see, like I like that stack of colors there. Like that would be cool. You could like cut it out and like make like pebble shaped maybe or something. I can definitely see using that stack of sweaters for the colors. That looks really cool. That kind of draws my attention. Aww. I love doggy pictures. Now, I do have to think sometimes because some of them are big and I'm like, oh, is that going to fit in anything? That reminds me of a mushroom. That lamp reminds me of a mushroom. Or I might keep the dog. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, it can always get rid of it later if I decide that it's not something I want to use. So that's kind of a funky little picture there. I like that. Yeah. So, oh, that's a good one. Yeah. So then if I want to go ahead and tackle, and again, let's go through something like these are really cool. Like I will keep her. I also really love the leopard on the back. The leopard is really cool. That's awesome for the coloring and the patterns. I like that image there as well. You can paint over it, embellish it, use it as it is. Ha! Grab that one too. That one's funny. Yeah, so that's basically it. Just go through and see anything that catches my eye that I might want to use. And sometimes I even, like the junk journal that I made with you guys recently, I left the whole page and I used it as a page in the junk journal, but I left the images on the magazine page because I really liked it. So sometimes I will do things like that too. Okay, so if I know what image, so now I'll go back through, and if I know what image I kept, I will just cut it out. Just to make my stash a little smaller so I don't have all of these full pages. And then when I actually go to use it, I might cut it down more. Like I might just want her, or, you know, without the chair. Or I might not even use her. I might use her skirt for the texture. Who knows? But, so that's just basically what I do. And then I do separate them. I have one for people and one, I have a few different ways depending on the size of the image. And my words, the only time I keep it together is if I think I want to use it together. Like if it comes off the same page and I decide, oh yeah, I want to use that saying with that picture, I'll keep them together. But otherwise I typically will separate like people and words and flowers and background. If it's just a piece I want to use in the background, then I usually will separate them. Like things like this, I'll kind of get the piece out, and then I will take a smaller pair, or you can also do this with an X-Acto knife and a cutting mat if you prefer to do it that way. But I just like to fussy cut sometimes and get the image. And sometimes I will do like this. If you have your X-Acto knife, it makes it a little easier to get if you want this inside. I'm not super worried about that. If I decide when I use it that I want to get rid of that, I can always do it later. Now I'm just trying to get the basic shape, and I'll add it to my little fussy cut container, and then I have it ready to go when I sit down to do whatever I'm gonna do. Work in whatever I'm gonna work in. We'll go ahead and cut that up just a little bit. But again, it's personal preference. Sometimes I cut every little nook and cranny out. Sometimes I just wait. For the sake of you guys watching me, I'm not going to cut every little nook and cranny out. But yeah, and I might just use it like that, or I might go ahead and cut it. Yeah, so that's it. I just thought I would share with you what I do and how I like to use magazines. And then as I'm doing some journaling and some pages and stuff, we'll use some of them together. All right. I hope you enjoyed this, and maybe you went through a couple magazines while we were watching or did something. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day.